Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for joining me for another video and another review. Days Gone is a game that when it was originally released a couple of years ago, it had mixed receptions, which I don't understand why. Yes, the game was not released absolutely perfect. It did have a few bugs, few glitches, few frame rate problems, but then the developers, you know, they didn't pump the brakes on, they didn't abandon the game, they patched it, they updated it, they did the best they could with it, and it's turned out to be actually a really good open world survival zombie game. But it ain't zombies, but I'll get into that later. Also, they put a load of free content and DLC into the game as well, and free cosmetics and etc, so, you know, you gotta give them credit where credit is due. But anyway, on with the story. In 2017, a virus gets out that makes humans and animals overly aggressive and very animalistic in a fashion. As the whole of civilization is crashing down, main protagonist Deacon St. John, his girlfriend Sarah, and his best biker friend Boozer are seeking to escape the city they are currently living in. However, due to a couple of events that happen, Sarah gets evacuated aboard a Nero helicopter. Nero stands for National Emergency Response Organization, and Deacon and Boozer are left to find their own way out of town. 2 years later is where the game truly starts, with Deacon and Boozer roaming around a post-apocalyptic world now filled with insane wild animals and what's left of most of the humans, now called freakers. So not zombies, but freakers. What's left of the normal human civilization is now divided between several camps and a religious cult called the Rippers that worship the Freakers, a military camp which, as you can imagine, is very, very militaristic. But after one thing or another, Deacon confronts a Nero operative and gains some glimpse of hope that his girlfriend Sarah is alive. And there his journey truly begins. The story of Days Gone is actually pretty good, taking many turns that are expected and some that are not. It's also a very decent length. Some say too long, and I can perfectly understand why some people would think that Days Gone goes on for far too long. However, if the game was really, really short, they'd moan that it was really short, so I don't think they're ever going to win there. The map is quite large and diverse, with forests, farmlands, snow-capped mountains, sand-covered desert areas and marshlands, some small little towns, farmsteads. Yeah, there's plenty to offer here, and when you think that the map can't get any bigger, it gets even bigger. The voice acting and motion capture as well is really, really good, especially Sam Witwer's portrayal of Deacon. For any of you that don't know, Sam Witwer is the actor who did the voice and motion capture for Starkiller in the Star Wars Force Unleashed games, and he also voices Darth Maul in the Star Wars Clone Wars and Rebels TV series, which is pretty awesome. Days Gone is a third-person action survival open-world game that uses a variety of different open-world tropes and mechanics, but uses them well. There are plenty of things to do, like take out enemy camps, freaker hordes, Nero outposts, freaker nests, infected birds' nests, and plenty of side quests, which, in my opinion, there isn't enough of. There's also points of interest and collectibles and random events that can even lead to you being captured and having to fight your way out and reclaim your items and your bike. If you leave your bike alone for too long, when you return somebody could be trying to steal it or strip it for parts, which is pretty cool. Your bike's kind of like retrofitted with a GPS tracker, so you always see where it is on the map. People in need of help can also be rescued, and you can suggest one of the camps to head to for refuge, so you can gain trust and points with a camp for just sending people there. The bike itself is also a huge important part of the game. Without it, you cannot save or fast travel out in the wild. You can save by also being near a bed as well, and but you can also fast travel from your bike, but only as far as your fuel will allow. If you run out of fuel, you'll be pushing your bike until you find a petrol can. And yes, I said petrol can, not gas can. I'm British, not American, so apologies if anybody does not like that terminology. The bike can be upgraded with better parts and tyres and customised cosmetically with different paints, decals and skins, and also equipped with extra ammo bags that you can take from to replenish all your ammo. You can also collect scrap that, although is used for upgrades, can also be used to repair your bike out in the field, because if it takes far too much damage, again, you're screwed unless you have enough scrap to repair it. If you don't, you know, that bike's just knackered. You can also be just riding along, cruising, and all of a sudden some bandits will put a wire out and causing you to crash, and then they'll just attack you and try and steal your bike, which is really, really cool. Houses can be looted for all sorts of materials that can be used for to craft items. The ears of freakers that you kill can be sold to camps. They're called bounties, and as each level of the camp progresses, with everyone you help, but of course through the story you'll end up helping all of them, you can also unlock weapons and other items, and there are plenty of really awesome weapons in this game that look, sound and feel amazing. The weapons handle really well, and you can also rock some brutal melee weapons as well, which is also very fun. Deacon also gains levels of which skill points can be inserted into different skill trees, gaining him new abilities and the such. You know, the usual kind of thing there. I won't go too in depth. I mean, it's, like I said, it uses tropes from other games. But there's plenty of variation in the enemies, and, you know, with the Rippers being religious fanatic lunatics that worship the freakers, human bandits just generally being twats, about 7 different freaker variations, and a good variety of animals that can also be carved up for parts to sell. From start to finish, Days Gone was an awesome game to play, with a great story, great characters, fun gameplay with plenty on offer to do. The game also had a lot of free DLC, like I mentioned before, that adds on different challenge modes, a survival mode, as well as New Game Plus. The only 2 negatives I have is that the loading screens to get into the game and then into the main menu and then again to get actually into the game can be a tad too long, and there are the occasional bugs that pop up, but very, very minor, nothing game breaking, and to be honest, it does not take anything away from the overall gaming experience. Days Gone is a great game with survival mechanics, open world, sandboxy style stuff, obviously not too sandboxy, this is Minecraft, and just, well, it's just overall badassery, and Days Gone for me is a solid 9 out of 10, and although I respect everyone's opinions on the game as well as other reviews and reviewers, but how some of the other reviewers gave this game like a 6 out of 10 IGN is beyond me. This game is not a 6 out of 10. This is not an average game. This is far above average. It's not perfect, but it's far above average, and it's just a hell of a great game and well worth your time and your money. You can pick this up dirt cheap now, and I think it's still currently free on the PlayStation Store. So if you haven't got it, have not tried it, go for it. You will not regret it. It's a really, really good game. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening to me waffle on about Days Gone. Please let me know in the comments if you've played it, or if you're gonna play it, if you want to give it a whirl. Like I said, free on the PlayStation Network at the minute, so it's not going to cost you anything to try. Please like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Don't forget to subscribe for upcoming giveaways and all that jazz. I've just recently started streaming regularly, so hopefully I can catch you at one of them streams and we can have a bit of a chat, a bit of a natter, and yeah. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.